What's up, guys? Today I have a video that I've talked about in a few of the previous videos. I've been planning on doing this video for quite a while. Today I'm going to compare the Slick Protect and Shine, or Shine and Protect, and my favorite, the Maxima SC1. I use this stuff all the time. I know if you guys have watched any of my videos, I talk about it all the time. I love this stuff, but I've heard a lot of good stuff about this. A lot of people have told me to try Slick products, Shine and Protect. So I've never used it before. I'm excited to see how it compares. Both YXZs have been power washed. I used this Purple Power concentrated wash. It did a really good job at breaking down the mud, but as far as the finish on it, there's still a ton of water spots, a lot of dirt left on them. And they could really use some sort of treatment because, I mean, there's fading, dirt left, they look pretty bad. Every cleaner I've ever used, there needs to be some after treatment or some wipe down. Side-by-sides just never look great when you just power wash them and are done with them. So you always got to keep cleaning and polishing. It's a long, annoying process, but I found the SC1 always makes it look really good without much effort. So there is going to be one of these that's a little bit dirtier than the other, and on the dirtiest one I'm going to use SC1 because I know it's going to do a really good job. So if this Slick can make the cleaner one look just as good, I'll be surprised, because SC1 I know works good, but I'm excited to see how these two compare. I'll put the price of each one right here. So SC1 costs this much, and the Slick costs this much. All right, so that's how they compare price-wise. Now let's test them out. You might notice in this video that I keep sniffling and coughing. I'm actually supposed to be at work right now, but I'm off for a few days because I've had COVID. So I'm finally starting to feel better. I had a fever for like 3 days straight, but I'm starting to feel a lot better. I just have a few more days before I can go back to work, so I figured I'd get some video recording in. But yeah, if you hear my voice sounding kind of crappy, that's why. All right, so this first one with the black roof, that's the easiest way to tell these two apart. They're the same year, same model. They're both even sport shift, so they're very similar. They both have crash cages on them. They're really close. So one's got a black roof with a sunroof. The other one's got a blue roof with no sunroof. So you can see there's a lot of residue left, a lot of water spots. I didn't wipe these down or anything. I just sprayed it off and that was it. So you can see the bars even are pretty dirty. The roof is pretty bad. Let's look at this one. This one's about the same, got a lot of dirt spots. The roof's pretty dirty. I would say this one with the black roof, this one is probably the most dirty. On the one with the blue roof, that seems to be a little bit cleaner, I'm gonna use the Slick Shine and Protect. This one's a little bit cleaner, but honestly, they're both pretty comparable. A lot of water spots, a lot of leftover dirt, residue, fading. So it's gonna be a pretty equal comparison. I'm looking at the directions on both of these, and both of them say to spray 5 to 10 inches away and allow 60 seconds for each one to set up. And then it says for a beautiful dry sheen on both of them, you can buff lightly. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spray it on, let it sit for about 60 seconds, and then I'll buff to a shine. So the directions are exactly the same for both of them. So they should be really easy to compare then. All right, so I'm using some microfiber towels. I got a yellow one for the SC1 and a blue one here for the Slick. I guess I'm gonna look at just how well it does on the painted plastic, maybe the frame, some of the black plastics, and then some of these lower plastics that are kind of faded. I'll find some dirt spots that look really bad and see how they compare and hide the dirt. And then I guess I'll just have to kind of talk you through how easy or hard each of these is to use and like how well it covers. And then maybe we'll do like a 24-hour wait period, see if they both look pretty good after 24 hours. So I'm just gonna get cleaning these and we'll kind of compare them as we go. All right, we'll start with SC1 here. I'll just spray it on. Man, it smells so good. We'll let it sit on. I'll spray down a lot here. I mean, you could just see how easy it's already hiding so much dirt. Here, you can see the dirt, you spray it on, and I mean, it just goes away. This stuff is awesome. Yeah, even this dirty frame, just spray it down. All right, we will leave this sit for 60 seconds and then I'll start wiping it down. All right, let's wipe her down. Look at that. That is a great finish. So shiny. I mean, it doesn't take much to wipe this down. You don't absolutely have to wipe it down either, but it looks a lot better if you do, and it's not as greasy if you wipe it. But man, it just looks so good. I'll do some of this black. The black looks pretty good. There are a lot more scratches in this black, but it hides them pretty well. All right, so we'll look at the tire here. See, when I power washed it, it looked like it was really clean, but then when it dries, you can see a lot of dust left on it, and I could definitely wash it again. On this area where it has been missed a lot, I think this is a good place to show you how well SC1 can cover things. So let's spray some of the SC1 on this noticeable dust. I mean, it looks really good. And once I wipe it down, I mean, you won't be able to see any of that dust. There's still some in the cracks that's not gonna go away, but man, it does a good job of hiding it. That's for sure. Another spot that's really difficult to get clean when you're detailing these is the insides of the spring. It's so hard. Like, you could get a rag in there, but still can't get down in every little space. So SC1's really good at kind of getting into those cracks, and the dirt is probably still there. You just can't see it after you hit it with this. So I'll show you how that works. I mean, it looks so clean. I'm telling you, I love this stuff. On the interior of the YXZ, there's a lot of spots that dirt gets stuck. Like down here where my seatbelt, my stock seatbelt retractors used to be, there's always dirt down in there. Let's see if I can show it. So I like to spray SC1 down inside there because it's really hard to get to with your hands. You can see it cleans up that area pretty well. And then these door jambs, you see where the mud is built up here. I honestly probably missed a lot of this, but we can see how well this hides a lot of this. And I will have to wipe it down, but and then on the faded plastic, you can see how bad it looks. I mean, look at that. And I know from experience, if I come out here tomorrow, it will still look like this. That's what I love about it. I am gonna wipe it down because it's a little bit oily and dirt will stick to it easier. But if you wipe it down, it'll stay looking nice. But yeah. All right, so I think now we got a pretty good idea of how well the SC1 works. I'm gonna continue washing this whole thing. I'll get it clean exactly like I want it, because I do want to get it clean because I have a lot more videos I want to record and I want this thing pretty clean. I have a pile of mods over there that need to go on this machine, so a lot of videos to come and I need it super clean. All right, I have the black roof YXZ, which is the SC1 YXZ. I have that about as clean as I'm gonna get it. The wheels are looking good. I haven't cleaned the tires yet. I usually use Armor All Extreme tire shine. I don't know if I have any, but I'll probably get some and do that before I'm completely done with these. But I don't like to use SC1 on the tires. It really doesn't help a whole bunch. The wheels had a lot of dust on them, but now, you know, you can't see the dust nearly as bad. The fender wells used to be all faded. Now they look really black and clean. The plastics are super shiny now. You can see they're a lot better looking. The frame looks a lot cleaner. The roof looks a lot cleaner. It just looks so much better. Yeah, even the trunk, I barely wiped that down. It looks good. I didn't do the inside of the doors because I have a new pad mod that I'm gonna film very, very soon, probably either tonight or tomorrow. But I'm gonna have to clean these doors with alcohol, so I didn't want to put SC1 on the doors because I want some pads to stick to those. So that's why those are still kind of dirty looking. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with how it looks. I could have definitely spent a little more time not only using SC1, but probably I could have spent a lot more time power washing these things beforehand. They're pretty dirty to be cleaning up, but all right, you can see this is about what it started out as, all the faded and dirt. All right, so now I'll start cleaning with the Slick Shine and Protect. All right, we'll shake it up pretty good. Spray it on. It covers and looks a lot like SC1, so that's a good sign. The coverage is really good. I really like how it's not like foamy. So if you like spray, say down here in those wires, you're not gonna have to clean it out. You're not gonna see a bunch of foam. So it does do a good job of getting in cracks. All right, I'll let this sit on there. I'm gonna see how good it covers dust. We did the same comparison on the other side with SC1. So let's see how the Slick covers the dust. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. I mean, you can see the piles of dust in the corners. It's really difficult to get those, but I mean, that looks a lot better. Let's see how it does on the faded plastics. Hey, that's not bad. All right, I'm really surprised. That looks really good. All right, I think it's been about 60 seconds, so we'll wipe this off. Look at that. That is not bad. You know what? It's doing a very comparable job to SC1 right now. I'm surprised, actually. One thing I will note is this stuff's a little bit stickier, so the rag doesn't want to glide as easy, which makes no difference. It's just an observation. All right, we'll see how good the Slick does on like shock springs. That's not bad. Pretty good. Okay, so we got the same area here as we did on the other YXZ, where the stock seatbelt retractors were. We'll spray this. You know, it doesn't cover it all, but it's not bad. Let's see, we'll open the door jambs here. Man, it's doing pretty good. I'm just gonna keep spraying and cleaning, and then we'll compare both of them at the end and just see how they look. And then I will probably compare again after 24 hours just to see if they've lost their shine or how they've held up or if they've collected dust. Just give it a 24-hour test, see the difference. So I'll go ahead and finish cleaning the Slick YXZ and we'll take a look at it when we're done. All right, both YXZs are now officially cleaned. Here's the SC1 YXZ. This is the Slick. They both did an awesome job. I gotta be honest, I've used SC1 for a really long time, and I've put SC1 up against a lot of different cleaners, and SC1 has just always blown everything away. And I honestly really expected this Slick products to be no different. I thought SC1 was just gonna make this look stupid, honestly. But this stuff worked really good. I mean, the plastic is super shiny, which is good. It's not really sticky, and it feels like it's gonna clean off really well. I really am impressed with it. And down here in the wheel well, where it's usually all faded, it made that look really clean, really good, and it returned it to black, so it doesn't look all faded anymore. It did a great job of hiding a lot of dirt that are in all these crevices and everything. The Slick Shine and Protect, it is good stuff. It did a very good job. I'm super happy with it, and I would definitely buy it again. As far as do I like it as much as SC1? And almost. There's a couple things that I like a little bit more about SC1. One, I like to wipe pretty fast, and this the towel like sticks often, and I always slide my hands off, so it's a little bit more sticky. The SC1 slides a lot better, and both of them produce great results, so it's just preference, honestly. I didn't have a hard time with it. I did notice on the roof, the paint, the powder coat here isn't quite as shiny. And then the same thing with the actual frame. It's more of a matte finish. It looks really clean, and you don't notice your fingerprints very much, but it's not quite as shiny as the SC1 gets. Can you see that? The SC1's got a lot more shine, and it's not exactly a matte finish. I don't know. In my opinion, it looks a little cleaner on the SC1 because it's just shinier. Yeah, I'm really impressed. Let's give this 24 hours. I'll leave these sit and we'll come and see if they're both shiny and if all this faded plastic still looks good. We'll just see how it looks tomorrow. All right, it's the next day, roughly 24 hours later, and the SC1 still looks really clean. Looks nice and shiny. I mean, it looks better than I left it, to be honest, because I did have some like overspray on the tires and that seemed to have went away a little bit. Looks really good. Let's look at the Slick. This one looks great too. Yeah, the wheel wells still look nice, not all faded. Plastic looks shiny. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the bottom plastic's looking on both of them. All right, Sam, which one do you think is cleaner? I used two different kinds of cleaners on these. Look at the shininess of the paint, the black, and then how well the dirt is covered in general, just how good they look. Which one? I'll give you a second to look it over. I also didn't do a great job, but
your buddies weren't so scuffed up.
that was Johnny. I think he clipped a tree.
Okay, in my professional opinion, I think this one looks better.
This one?
This one. Is that not the right one?
No, there's no right answer. This is the SC1 buggy.
Oh.
But the other one doesn't look bad, right?
No, it doesn't look bad. I can see a little, like, the kind of like some...
Yeah, it didn't do quite as good a job, but
yeah.
it's definitely did pretty good.
I noticed it more on the black, because I think it looks better with this one. The black looks better.
Yeah, that's what I was actually saying in the video. The black looks more shiny than here.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, that's it for the SC1 Slick Shine comparison. I was actually surprised at how well the Slick Shine works. They both work super well. Even my wife said they look really good. She did pick the SC1 as the one that she thought worked a little better, but I think this is a preference. And I think if you're trying to choose between both of these, they do a very similar job. I think the SC1, it wipes a lot easier and it leaves like a shinier finish. This stuff, you gotta kind of buff it in, but it kind of helps to clean as well. And it has more of a matte finish. So depending on kind of what you're looking for, you know, that's how I would choose between these two, but you can't go wrong with either one of these. They both made the machines look really great and they're both a very comparable price. In the beginning, I definitely didn't think the Slick was gonna work that well because I've used a few other Slick products and they were okay, but not amazing. The Slick Off-Road wash being the main one, I actually bought it twice because I forgot that I bought it the first time. And both times, I didn't really care for that wash. And a lot of cheaper washes did a lot better than it, but this Slick Shine and Protect, this stuff works great. I would definitely tell anybody, you know, pick some of this stuff up. It works good. I think I'm still gonna keep buying SC1 because I prefer the smell. I just like how it is easier to wipe the machine down. And I like the little bit shinier look, which some people might prefer the matte look. I mean, it's still pretty shiny, but compared to the SC1, it had like a little bit more matte of a finish. It didn't look like wet, it just looked shiny. So, I mean, maybe that's what you're into. But either of these, if I could go pick one of these up, I'd be fine with either of them. If this video was interesting to you or if it helped you out, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. That would really help us out. if you haven't been on our channel before, maybe check out some of our other videos. We have a lot of different review videos, mods, tips and tricks, riding videos, just a lot of stuff. Not only side-by-sides, but sport quads, snowmobiles, a lot of off-road vehicles. Yeah, so check out some of our videos, and yeah, if you like what you see, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.